I chose two words, expectations and trepidation. Uh, so let's see, I don't know if we can do this. Okay. Uh, and this is the also in conjunction with the postcard project that we're doing. So someone's going to get this. And certain staff have certain expectations, and that kind of deals with the book I wrote. The Hospital Always Wins is a postcard for that. But there are episodes in there where I got involved in some very inappropriate relations with staff members, my therapist and a nurse, and it was a really incestuous place, the hospital I was in, and I got dragged into a lot of it, and not a lot of it, but enough of it so that it messed my situation up. And so there's that element, and then the foreboding of the Raven and never wanting to go back to the hospital or anything close to that situation and end up a zombie like what I feared would happen to me and many people who I saw there who were there before I got there. And after many years, some of them are still there. And it's like a racket. They don't want to help these people. They need people to keep those hospitals open. So there's very little help for a lot of them. And if you can help yourself, God bless you. I was able to help myself, even though I was in there for many years. But you've got to have some. If you don't know how to help yourself, you're lost. And there are zombies just roaming the grounds of those places that are meant to be there so that they can stay open. And that was always my biggest fear of never getting out and being another zombie haunting a mental hospital. Uh, so that's kind of what this is about.
So, do you mind, Issa, quickly reading some of the things that you
Oh,
wrote on
I
there?
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Certain staff have certain expectations, and that's like people who go there, men and women, to sell drugs, to have sex with the patients, to get away from their boring marriages, so they'll have sex with whoever, staff, patients, whoever, and you can get dragged into that, if you're stupid enough. And I was stupid enough back then to I didn't know any better, and that's what people go there for, and they're supposed to be working, they're helping you. It's crazy. And it also says, don't be surprised, and that's the truth. Don't be surprised. And it says, hospital employees are people too. They don't always make the right decision. And in the end, nobody wins. That's kind of playing on the title, Hospital Always Wins, with the exquisite corpse aspect. And it says, maybe let Ibrahim, me, testify about his life as a zombie savant because trepidation reigns supreme. So beware.
Ominous.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's ominous. Well, maybe ominous. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's my
yeah.
biggest fear. And that's how my whole treatment is about this, never going back, having survived 20 years in a mental hospital. And so everything in my life since then, for the last 15, 20 years since I've been out, is never going back. So it's constantly like reinforced. I reinforce it, and everybody I know reinforces it in me. God, what you went through, and please, for God's sake, don't ever go back. Yeah,
Okay.
Zombie Savant. Yeah, that's a song I wrote too. It's like a concept that I kind of thought about while I was in there. The Zombie Savant, how you're kind of like. I felt I was neither the medicate. I was like a synthesis of the medicated numbskull and the enlightened sophisticate. And somewhere in the middle, there was me, like just an average guy, just trying to get out of there and survive. So that's that.
That's fascinating. You know what is interesting here, or what stuck out is uh you're on one side of this service that is being offered, and then the staff is, but there is a muddy line on who should be where.
Right, right.
So
Sure.
sometimes,
Sometimes we call them patients with keys because
oh,
a
okay,
lot
that
of them
makes
were,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense about the murkiness and the messiness of the human psyche, and
Yes.
how uh, one part of the population who can maneuver the system ends
Mm,
up there. One part of the population who's not so adept at it
mm,
ends up on this side. And it's
mm,
just a matter of people who know how to work the system and where, what side of the fence they end up on,
mm.
because sometimes the issues are exactly the same or
Right.
worse. We do know that, you know,
Yeah,
sometimes the hospital wins and sometimes the bad guys do win.
yeah. That's what's
Uh,
happening right now. That's what's happening right now. Yeah,
because
but
they're more adapt. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But here's the thing, in the long run, honestly, if there's an apocalypse and everybody ends up, and all the people with money end up in a bunker
Mm,
and the only ones to survive, they only have themselves to fight
mm-hmm,
with.
mm-hmm,
And how would they like that?
mm.
Elon Musk on the moon with Elon Musk as prodigy may not be fun.
Sure, he'll end up killing somebody. He'll end up killing. He'll end up getting rid of him.
He needs us to make joy into
Sure,
his life. He just
sure,
doesn't know it. But,
sure. Yes, he won't realize until he's there.
well, that's what I mean. I mean, at the end of the world, when you get rid of all the people, you don't realize their value.
Issa,
Hello, everybody. I'm Issa Ibrahim. I've been affiliated with the gallery since actually 2008 or 9 in a collaboration with the Living Museum, a group, a project out of Creedmoor Psychiatric Center where I was at for many years that I was a part of. And I got introduced to the gallery through them and Fountain House through them. But I was never a member until 2018, 19. Uh, uh, it's changed my life. It's enriched my life. I went from a major studio at the Living Museum where you do the work, and then after many years of that, I felt like I needed to graduate to then exhibit the work and be a part of a community of exhibitors and kind of like take the next step. And Fountain House has provided a very necessary and essential next step from the studio practice to the exhibiting and the next level of that. I'm an artist. I was a musician for many years. I had a writer. I published a memoir. I do a lot of film. I do a lot of different things. I work in different areas. I can collaborate in different areas. So I look forward to just being useful and being a part of a healthy, happy community.